While hardly a Goliath figure, Fran Tarkenton's appetite for victories is known to be gigantic. And having lost his usual repast last week to the Lions, he was doubly voracious when the Patriots came calling. But far from jumping in the pot like good little guests, the Patriots began treating Tarkenton himself like an hors d'oeuvre. And times were lean for the Tark machine through three quarters, as three Viking drives were blunted by near goal line interceptions, two by Ron Bolton and one by number 45, Jack Mildren. And in the final stanza, the Vikings rose up and smote themselves when Jim Lash lost the football at the goal line and it rolled out of the end zone for a touchback. Meanwhile, after conducting one drive which yielded a field goal, Plunkett was showing all-pro cool as he picked out little Mac Heron for a 21-yard gain to the Vikings' 20-yard line. And 2 plays later, a poised and confident Jim Plunkett found Steve Schubert in pay dirt for a 10-0 Patriot advantage at the half. In the third quarter, it looked like the Patriots might run away and hide in Mrs. Wigg's cabbage patch when Burr Plunkett hit Burr Rabbit Bataha one hop behind the Vikings' Nate Wright. But the play was wiped out by offsetting penalties. And then the game's momentum began to shift as the ball began bouncing Minnesota's way. Fran Tarkenton hit Chuck Foreman with a little checkoff pass, and 37 yards later, Foreman lost the handle, only to have the ball pop right back into his arms, and the Vikings were threatening. The threat appeared extinguished when Tarkenton threw his second interception to Ron Bolton at the 1. But on the next play, at the top of the fourth quarter, the Patriots fumbled, and from 2 yards out, Chuck Foreman put Minnesota on the board, making the score Patriots 10, Vikings 7. With less than 2 minutes left, Tarkenton hurled desperately deep for rookie Steve Craig. John Sanders was cited for interference, and the Vikings had first down at the Patriot 3. On the next play, Tarkenton bootlegged in, and Minnesota led for the first time 14-10. Nobody says it isn't as hard to win gracefully as it is to lose. But the unsportsmanlike conduct which followed got both Tarkenton and his primary tormentor of the afternoon, Ron Bolton, thrown out of the game. With 20 seconds remaining in the game, Jim Plunkett incredibly found Randy Bataha running free. And with a first down at the Minnesota 10, the game was not over. An incomplete pass left 8 seconds on the clock. Then Plunkett stepped back and coolly speared Bob Windsor, whose struggle over the goal line on this play left him a hero who's out for the year with a knee injury. But the Patriots were winners for the 6th time in 7 games, this time over Minnesota, 17-14.